Hello, friends, Gary Goals, and fellow poets. Welcome back to Conversing with Poets. Oh no. Okay. Hello, Delgar. Hello, Daryl Dazzle. Welcome back. Welcome back. As always, I will just give it a little while to see if anyone pops in. We're a little bit quiet at the moment. Oh, we just gained a subscriber in during the countdown. That's cool. Um, yeah. How is everyone doing? How is everyone's weekend going? Hello, Nikki. Welcome back to Conversing with Poets. How are you? How has your weekend been? I thought instead of a beanie, I would put on a baseball cap. I didn't want to keep wearing spin it round now. Now that I've shown you that it actually has a pattern on it. But I put hats on because I can't. I'm too lazy. I don't want to do anything with my hair. So if I just pop the hat on, um, then it makes life much easier. Busy, yes. I've seen you working on those books you've been working on are so detailed and so miniature. No, I'm going to turn it back round because I prefer it. That looks better. Yeah, your the miniature books you've been working on look amazing. They're so detailed with the leather cover on them and the individual pages. That's great. Been playing taxi for the family most of the weekend. Oh, really? Okay, okay. I thought it was because you were sculpting all weekend. Ah, yes, my latest little project. They're all entirely made from cardboard. Wow, that's really impressive. That's really impressive. You've managed to make the cover look like leather as well, so really great job on that. That ties it in really well with kind of what I want to talk about for part one. So we're finally getting around to trying this new format that we had spoken about where I bring a topic for part one, and then part two is really down to you guys. Thank you for that heart. Yeah, of course, Nikki. No problem. No problem. By the way, Nikki, I don't think I think the feature is broken on the Poetry Cove, unfortunately. But me and BB had tried to tag you in the Burns Night thread because BB made a very funny point that I thought you might enjoy with the whole Sims thing that we were doing. We were talking about making a Sims, right, for poets, and BB said in the Burns thread not to make a Burns in the neighborhood because he might overpopulate it, which I thought was funny. We did try and tag you. This has changed for some reason, but we can just go like this. That's fine. Make it a bit bigger. We tried to tag you, but it didn't work. Oh no, I haven't had any notifications. Head on over and have a look. Yeah, for some reason it wouldn't let us tag you. We tried, but it didn't work. But I thought it was very funny, a very funny point that BB made not to put Burns in the Simsville because suddenly it will be overpopulated. So I just wanted to make sure you got that message because I thought it was fun. Hello, BB. Hello. Anyone just dropping in? Don't forget to hit that like button. You know how it goes these days. We don't get started until we hit 5 likes, and we got 5 viewers at the moment and only 3 likes. So make sure we hit that like button. And if you're watching this as a playback, hit that like button as well. Let's get as many likes as possible. The last live stream was a record breaking live stream. I got a hair in my mouth. 1 second. Oh, and it's still attached. Ow. Uh we yeah, we set a record last live stream and we got a channel member. So we that was a good that was Burns night live stream. That was Burns night live stream. Hello, BB. How are you doing? Yeah, he can't be trusted. We can't trust Burns being in our poetsville. Anyway, cheers, guys. I hope you've all got your mugs of coffee ready for discussion. Now, check out, yes, check out that subscribe account. Guys, we are soaring. Like, I'm so happy. And we were actually at we've gained 2 subscribers just on this live stream. Before starting this live stream, we this morning we had 704. We're on 703 now, but we had 704 this morning. Starting this live stream, we only had 701, and I'm convinced. I was trying to. I've spent the day trying to fix the broken video that was supposed to come out last week, and then BB suggested something like, why don't I just record the video I was reacting to again and just place it on top of the video? So that's what I've done. But to do that, I needed to unprivate the broken video. And I've just seen Nikki's comment on that video. And I think maybe some people got some notifications that I had uploaded a video, saw that video, and rightfully so thought this is pants and unsubscribed. So that was the situation on that. But if you haven't seen it, don't worry, because as I say, thanks to BB, she gave me a good idea. I fixed it, and so now it's already uploaded, it's already scheduled, so it will come out on Tuesday. Hello, Michael, our latest channel member. Your goatee blends in with the dark background, but it is there. Hello, Michael. Welcome back to Conversing with Poets. Let me just catch up on the chat. We have hit 5 likes, so we'll get started in just a moment. He can't be trusted, Nikki. Might need to put him and Byron on an island on their own. I think so. That might be a wise idea. That might be a wise idea. Hello to everyone just dropping in. Don't forget to hit that like button, guys. It's been a really busy one for me. Yeah. Mythical Meter. Hello, poets of the tube. Hello. I believe Mythical Meter. I believe you're Herb, right? We haven't seen you in ages. We've missed you. How's the channel going? Have you started the channel? That is a perfect segue into what I wanted to talk about tonight. So, as I've already started, as I've already said at the start of this live stream, um, this mic makes me so paranoid. When I take a breath in to talk, it makes me so paranoid because I've obviously when these videos get uploaded, I watch them back because I think that's how you improve and you learn from what you did well and what you didn't do well. And the sound of me keep breathing in is really annoying. I don't know how you guys put up with it. So this mic has made me super paranoid about it. So I'm going to move it a little bit further away and hope that you guys can still hear me. Is everyone okay? I'm good. I'm good. It's been a busy weekend for me. I've been really trying to take the magazine, which I spoke about before, take it to new heights. So I've updated all of the website pages for that, and that's kind of taken it out of me today. Haven't gotten to the channel. I'm recovering from surgery. Oh, I'm sorry, Herb. I hope everything's okay, and of course, I wish you all the best for recovery. Yes, sending you healing thoughts and healing energy. So tonight is the first stream I'm testing out that format that we discussed a couple of streams ago, where I bring the topic for part 1 and then part 2 is on you guys. So get those thoughts thinking. As always, I haven't said this for a while. As always, keep things respectful if you disagree. It's okay if you disagree. You're allowed to disagree, particularly with me. Don't ever feel like you can't say that you disagree with me because it's my channel. You absolutely can. I just ask that you keep it respectful, of course. And as always, we don't discuss politics or religion on these streams. So let's talk about community and supporting each other. And I have to kind of really think about what I say with this one. I need to make sure that it comes out right. But in my experience, I used to have I used to have a big Instagram. I built it up to 10,000 followers. I like to think we're kicking butt with the YouTube channel. We got nearly 6,000 subscribers. Obviously, I get to know many of the poets over on the forum and stuff. And some people may ask why the Poetry Cove forum, the all I heard was la 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 la, disagree with Adam. Can you guys hear me okay? Did I move the mic away too far? Do I need to keep it closer to me? I'm gonna have to keep it closer to me, but I hate that it picks up my breaths. Can you guys hear me okay? Hear you okay? No, you're good. Okay. I'm not sure what you meant, baby. No, I was teasing. Okay, let me move it back a bit just because I don't want you guys keep hearing me do that. So, where was I? I've lost my train of thought. So, yeah, people ask why is share your poetry behind a paywall on the Poetry Code forum? It never used to be. When we first launched it, it was open to the public, but we were having a problem where people were just leaving their own poems and not really engaging with anyone else, not really engaging with the comment section on well, any other thread, to be honest with you. And as someone who has had somewhat of a following, again, 10,000 on Instagram, nearly 6,000 here, um, a lot of people contact me, right? And there is a trend. There is a trend I've noticed. And I really have to specify that what I'm about to say absolutely does not apply to the people in this chat and people who, aren't in this chat but are still very supportive of what I do. This doesn't apply to you guys. It's just a thing I've noticed, a generalization, but obviously there are awesome people like yourselves. So let me just make that clear first. But I have noticed that a lot of poets really only get into poetry um, just for purely selfish reasons, right? Again, people just kind of wanted to take all the glory over at the Poetry Cove and not really support their fellow peers. And I think it's super important to support fellow peers. So what I want to do for part one is I want to really kind of return all the amazing support. Hi Renee, welcome back, welcome back. I want to return all the support that you guys have shown me since since November, I think. So I'm here to just kind of return that support and help you guys promote yourselves. I want you guys to promote yourselves. We lost the stream for a second. Yeah, I just want you guys to promote yourselves and kind of just discuss how important it is to support each other. Because again, I do think there's a lot of people, if not the majority, certainly online anyway, where people really only want to get into poetry because they want their own sort of all they want to do is promote themselves, right? And get all the praise, but they don't want to give other people praise. And I don't think that's right. I don't think that's the community we shall be. So this stream is actually all dedicated to you guys. Hi, Garage Poet. Hi, hi, hi. I'm glad you just dropped in because I'm just about to promote all of you, um, and return the support that you have shown me. So if you guys want, oh, you guys can't. You guys can't put links in the chat, can you? But so I want to big you guys up tonight. So let's start with Garage Poets. If you're watching this, particularly from America, then you guys should check out Garage Poets open mic. They remind me the days and the times that you do your open mics, Garage Poets. Garage Poets does an open mic. It's in their name, the Garage Poets open mic. If you go to their channel, you can watch their streams. Sadly, I can't make it live because of the time difference and stuff. Well, I'm usually in bed by 8:30 these days, but my time. But if you're over in the States and you are, I don't know. Okay, here we go. Second and fourth Fridays of 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Second and fourth Fridays, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. There is an open mic that you guys should check out. I did manage to go on Garage Poet's YouTube channel, and there are recordings of the previous open mics. And again, I've said this previously when I first saw it. You have to I really like the banter that you guys have between each other. It's a good fun. So definitely go and check that out. Again, guys, I think it's super important to support each other. So if you are in poetry because um you just want people to read your work, I strongly recommend that you try and change your, and who am I to tell you, I guess, what to do, but I think you'll get more out of being a poet and more out of poetry by actually being part of the community and actually kind of um, um, giving and lending your support to others as well. So, the Garage Poets Open Mic, go to their channel, search it on YouTube, go to their channel, watch some of their open mic playbacks, and also join them on the second and fourth Fridays at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Please, if you can tell me one last bit of information. Oh, sorry, first and third Fridays. We are just changing. Okay, first and third Fridays of the month, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And how do they join the open mic garage? Do they just join your YouTube or do you have a Zoom link? How is it in your, maybe it's in your info on your channel? How can people find and take part? Hi, Danny, and you lovely lot. Me and Mitch here. Hello, Danny. Hello, Mitch. Welcome back to Conversing with Poets. Tonight, we're just going to talk about how you can make the most out of being a poet and being in the poetry community, and that is by actually just supporting others. It's important to support others. I can't say the word here. You can't say the word here? I'm confused. Yeah, I'm sure if not, and guys, by the way, I'm gonna go through each of you and promote each of you, but make sure you come back for the playback. Oh, okay. Interesting. They blocked the Zoom name. That's interesting. Does that mean I'm gonna get demonetized? I don't know. That's interesting. Why would they do that? Okay. Okay. Um, interesting. So anyway, you will be able to find a link. I'm sure Garage Poets is going to make sure that you can find a link or some sort of information about how you can get involved with the Garage Poets open mic. Could the details be put on the Poetry Cove Instagram? Yes, absolutely, absolutely. Actually, I think there's even once upon a time, it probably still there. I don't know if you guys have seen it. There's a thread for promote yourselves on the Cove. So if you guys all want to kind of hit each other up with links, that's a possibility. But of course, if you're not part of the Cove, um, if you guys can maybe, so what we'll do is if you just leave a comment, maybe don't leave a link, just leave a paragraph so it looks like a comment, but it's how they can get in touch with you and how they can um, get involved with your different aspects. So that's the Garage Poets open mic. Let's move on to BB Ezra Poet. BB Ezra Poet has recently come into my life through these streams and is now doing head of ad sales for the magazine, and is just probably like the most supportive person you could ever hope to meet. So I really want to return the favor. BB Ezra has some books out on Amazon. So go and check those out. They have the most amazing titles. Microwave Burrito is one of them. Correct me if I'm wrong there, BB, but Microwave Burrito is one of the titles of your collections. I want to know how to follow Nikki because I adore her sense of humor. Follow her where? So yes, go and follow BB. I'm going to give you her Instagram right now. If you're not following her on Instagram, please do. Please do. And please do make an effort to support the people that I'm mentioning in this first half because they've done a lot to support me. So I'd really appreciate if you're here supporting me. I'd really appreciate it if you also supported the people that support me and you supported each other because that is what um, community is all about, and that is what we should be striving towards. Let me just get BB's. I'll get BB's. That the more I say that, the less it sounds. You ever get that when you say a word over and over again, and you kind of start questioning it? Microwave burrito and other lies. I told myself that's the title. Thank you, BB. Follow her wherever, and thank you. I have a little channel here too. Yeah, BB Ezra Poet. So that's your channel name, right? Or is it just BB Ezra? Let's have a look. No, BB Ezra Poet. Yeah. Um, So BB has lots of shorts of her poems. Reads amazingly, by the way. And also check out the Instagram, which is actually BB. I'll let you tell everyone what the Instagram is. To add about the importance of supporting each other and kind of any trends that you've seen. As I said, as someone who kind of receives a lot of messages from, I'll be plain and honest, a lot of messages from people that want something from me. And just having been in the game for, I don't know how long now. I mean, the channel itself is 5 years. Maybe add another 2 years onto that. Maybe 7, maybe 8 years. I kind of been doing poetry online. So I kind of seen lots of trends and lots of different people come and go. And I have noticed, and on, as I say, on the forum of the Cove before I put it behind a paywall, there was this kind of sense that the majority of people that were coming and going were really only in it for themselves rather than to actually kind of be part of the community and be part of something bigger. And as I say, I honestly think, certainly in my experience, having people to talk to and to support, and of course you wonderful lot who just support me like beyond anything I could have expected something similar. Or do you disagree? I mean, if you disagree, even better, put it in the chat because that's how discussions, and we can debate it even. I'm just waiting for BB to put the her Instagram in the chat. And I'll try and find everyone on the Cove. I need to be more present. It's been rough schedule-wise for the past few weeks, so I've fallen off the radar a little bit. Hey, no pressure. No pressure at all, Nikki. The only thing I only wanted to mention the Sims thing because I thought it would give you a good chuckle. And both BB and myself tried to tag you, but I guess that feature is broken at the moment on the Cove. Oh, I did, and it won't accept the comment. This is so strange why it keeps doing that. I just want to make sure I share the right one. But BB's website, I think it's this one. So, yeah, it must be this one. BB has a website, guys, which is bbezrawrites.com. And there is even a blog post over there that mentions us and our live streams. So you might get some enjoyment out of reading reading that. But on Instagram, go and follow BB Ezra Writes and subscribe to BB Ezra Poet on YouTube as well. She definitely deserves it. It did. I need to get started on that, but it's surprisingly time exhaustive activity. The name that goes with the Insta thingy is my name, BB Ezra, with the word rights on the end. Okay, cool. Yeah, I got the right one. No pun intended. Right, right. Oh, yeah. Also, I had mentioned if anyone likes their poems read but isn't comfortable like reading pieces, I am happy to do it. Yeah, and BB, as I've already said, BB has an amazing voice for that. So you should definitely take her up on that offer if you don't feel comfortable reading out your own poems. Okay, I'm just gonna, although they haven't been on the stream for a while, which is a shame. I hope they're okay. But BB, Baby Mango, who we haven't seen around for a while, go and check out her videos. What do you think about Gabby Hanna and her poetry? Baby Mango, like, put in some good effort in making her videos, and they're very interested about numerology and hidden secrets and stuff. That's on YouTube. Search Baby Mango. If you're watching this on playback, um, make a note of it. Don't leave this video because that will ruin my analytics. But make a note of all these amazing people so that you can go back and check them uh, afterwards. But yeah, Baby Mango put in some serious effort in discovering puzzles and I was impressed. It kind of made me stop and go, huh, maybe there was more to Gabby Hanna. And they Baby Mango even wrote an article for the magazine on it. Unfortunately, I couldn't publish it for this issue, but I'm hoping that we can work with her for the one in May. So that's Baby Mango. And then let's talk about the man, the myth, the legend, the icon of the channel, Mr. Herb, who uh, who became a channel icon on the Christmas Eve on the Christmas Eve uh, live stream. Now, I only know a little bit, but I do remember that mythical meter was the name of Herb's channel. And I remember, Herb, if you're still here, I remember you saying that you were either thinking or in the process of putting some videos together. So I know obviously you said that process hasn't started yet because you've gone through surgery, and we're all wishing you well and sending you healing vibes. But all go and subscribe to Mythical Meter so that you are there and you are ready for video one. Renee Ashworth, mine is Eclectic Poets. Is that Instagram or is that YouTube? I'll have to check that out. Eclectic. There are a lot of Baby Mango accounts of YouTube. I'll go back and try to find her handle and subscribe. Baby Mango, if you are watching this on playback, reach out to Nikki, or I'll send you a link over on the code, Nikki. If you find it, Nikki, could you pass it along, perhaps? Yes, there really are loads. Are there really? Okay. I will I'll send you guys a link. Mr. Herb the Bandit. Yes, yes, yes. That was a good night. That was a good night. Now, of course, we do have, since the last stream, we do have a brand new channel member in Michael Howes and Cova. I saw that you joined the Cove as well, Michael. Thank you so much. So, is there anything, because you have been incredibly generous, um, and we just haven't gotten to know you quite yet. So, if there's anything you want to promote or plug, I understand it's probably difficult because YouTube have got some serious put some serious barriers in place, but Please do, if you can find a way of working around it, and if you're even still here, of course, please put something in the chat. We would all love to support you, I'm sure, especially after you've supported me in the way you have, and um, you guys won't know, but literally after the Burns night stream, Michael was very generous to come over to the Cove and become a member there as well. So if you're watching still, Michael, please do feel free to plug anything. It's quite a touchy subject, not touchy, sensitive subject, I guess, talking about community and supporting others, but maybe, hey, maybe you have some good things to say rather than any negative trends you may have noticed. If you've got anything good to say, then please do put it in the chat. Because again, don't forget, the whole point of these live streams are sort of conversing and kind of just hanging out. So yeah, a- any help in that department in terms of keeping the conversation going, I would much appreciate. And if you're new here, I see people dropping in. So if you're new here, please do hit that like button, and do feel encouraged to get involved in the chat. Don't feel nervous. We don't bite. The people in the chat are magnificent people. Trust me. They won't bite. They won't tear tear your arm off or anything like that. Just keep it respectful, and if you disagree, that's okay. You can let us know that you disagree. We won't hate you for it. Just disagree respectfully. Okay. How about a how to give feedback stream? Okay. Is if that's something uh you guys want, we can do that. How to give feedback. We can do that if that's something people want. If you guys want to talk and discuss about that, we can do a stream on it. Or if you guys would prefer, I'm happy to do a just like a normal video for you guys. One of the things I loved so much when I found the Cove was the art form of poetry is really honored without making people who aren't as serious or studious still feel. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how that happened. It just happened, I guess. Maybe because let's be honest, maybe because most people that join the Cove, if not all people who join the Cove, have in one way or another found my YouTube channel and gone over to the Cove from my YouTube channel. So maybe that's why, because people know how passionate I am about poetry and the craft of poetry. And so naturally those are the people that go over to the Cove, possibly. I could be wrong. I like the Cove, even if I do say so myself. We will get that forum going. I mean, you guys are just amazing, aren't you? Because you guys have been over there, kind of posting bits here and there on the forum. I really appreciate that. I've been busy working away with the magazine. As I say, I really want to kind of take that to new heights this year. So I've really been focusing on that. It's not like that elsewhere. There's a lot of factions. Okay, I found these streams helpful. I have so much to learn about poetry, and I feel like these are a good way to learn more than put pen to paper and write a little something. Yeah, I mean, listen, there's a lot to be learned about. There is a lot beep, boop. There is a lot to learn by doing, right? I'm a huge learner by doing. In fact, that's the way I learn best by doing. As you guys know, because I've said it a million times, I never did well at school. Well, I never did badly at school, but I never flourished at school sitting in a classroom and listening. I do well learning from watching, but if you show me something once, most of the times I'll have that down forever. I only need to see it once. I'm very good at learning by doing, if that makes sense. So there's That was a long explanation for Mitchell's thing. But yeah, there's a lot to be said for doing, so definitely keep doing that as well. But I like that you said that you find the streams informative and helpful. Everything I do, I want people to be able to take something away from it and it be informative and educational, right? Like Burns Night. The introduction was long. The chronology was long, but I thought it served a good purpose. I'm so passionate about poetry and sharing poetry with other people that I want everything I do to be than you did when you came into the stream. Then I'm happy. I'm happy, and that's why community is important. Well, the chronology was long for a reason. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. Um, I can't remember what I was just saying now. I can't remember what I was just saying. Oh yeah, that's why I think community is important and actually trying to be part of the community instead of trying to just get famous on your like solo and not giving anything back by being part of these streams and not just my streams but like the poetry community in general by going to open mics and actually networking. Don't go to open mics, read your poem and then leave. I see it so much, guys, and that's what I'm talking about when I say like I see a lot of selfish people in our community. I see it so often that people go to open mics just to read their poem. They don't care about listening to anyone else and then they disappear. That's not great. And I know, Nikki, you and I both hate that dreaded word networking. He learns something, you know, and he feels yuck. He learns something. And, you know, if he didn't care about other people and what other poets have to say, then he wouldn't learn something. That's all I'm saying, I guess. I hope that made sense. And getting a few different styles and seeing how many different ways poetry can be written, read. Yeah, absolutely. Also, how many people have taken part in these live streams, read something someone has said in the chat and gone, wow, me too. How great is that, knowing that you're not the only one that feels that way? It's great to be part of the community. It's good to put yourself out. Don't be in this just for yourself. Networking makes me want to build a duvet fort and hide from all the people. Me too. Me too. But I'm getting there. I'm getting there. And hey, this is part of networking as well. I just gave you all a shout out, so that's part of networking. You guys can network amongst each other. So there's a start. How about contests? We have briefly spoken about contests. I think BB, you might be, unless anyone else is kind of experienced in contests. I myself don't do them. I myself don't do them. Um, just because when I did acting and stuff, the constant rejection got to me, and I don't want to risk that happening with poetry because I love it so much. So I'd rather kind of just do my own thing. I don't enter contests um, through fear of rejection. I'm not saying that's a good thing. I'm not saying that I want you guys to feel that way. If you want to get involved in contests, go for it. I just know that I wouldn't be able to handle it because it would start making me question myself. So I don't know. It's tough. Of course, there are benefits to contests, particularly the prizes, right? And for some of them, you get a lot of exposure. The T.S. Eliot Prize, although I don't think that's not so much a contest as it is like an award, right? You don't enter it. I don't think you do. I don't. I think you kind of get nominated. Um, but but yeah, that's a £25,000 reward. To be honest, as I'm sure other poets do, I often lonely in the way that I wish I had more connections in my world that relates to poetry. So having small moments here and elsewhere mean the world. Yeah, yeah, I feel that too. Like, don't forget, guys, I feel that too, you know. Even though I make my videos and stuff, um, I've really enjoyed these live streams because it has been great to kind of get to know other poets and have and just like hang out. As I say, I've been doing this for 7, 8 years, and maybe 8 out of 10 messages I receive is just from someone wanting something from me. Sometimes they don't even say my name. Sometimes they just say, "Hey, can I can you read my poem and or can you do this for me? Can you know?" That's one of the big reasons I kind of left Instagram. I got tired of it. Networking sigh. Yeah, I feel you. I feel you. Um, but you guys are just amazing. And I really look forward to these live streams. And whenever I come off of these live streams, I'm so buzzing. I'm so happy and like rejuvenated. You guys make me feel special. But the cove and the strings rock. Thank you, Herb. Thank you. I can relate to that, BB. I used to have a solid circle of writerly friends, but during COVID, many moved away or moved on from the creative form. Can be very lonely. Yeah. Sorry, guys. Here we go. I think I've said on a stream once before, I would love to kind of just do retreats every summer, just get loads of poets together, get an Airbnb for a month, you know, down by the coast. I'd love to do that. Just do like a writer's retreat, poet's retreat. I enjoy the camaraderie at open mics. Yeah. Yeah, I think I really sung the praises. So as you guys know, I've told myself that I'm gonna try and get out to real world events, and I discovered, oh man, it was amazing. It was my favorite open mic I've ever been to. Here we go. Here we go. Oh dear, the carousel has started. It was an amazing open mic. The Poets Lounge, the Poets Lounge or the Poetry Lounge in Highgate, which is a super like Victorian historical part of London. You got Highgate Cemetery. If you know, you know. There are so many. Christina Rossetti is buried there, among many, many others. I think Charles Dickens' wife is there as well. Not Charles Dickens, so obviously he's in Westminster. Is he in Westminster? I want to say he's in Westminster Abbey. Anyway, man, the energy in that open mic, and as you say, Renee, the camaraderie was just amazing. I can't wait to go back. Thank you for sharing that, Nikki. I'm so glad you're here. Yeah, absolutely. I second that. I'm not good at reading my own poetry or anybody else's for that matter. I'm better at writing. Yeah, I feel that. I feel that. I mean, I quite like reading poetry. I don't like reading my own poetry. I get super nervous. But by the end of this year, I would have gotten back into reading my own poetry again. It's been a long time. In fact, I found my old open mic folder with all my poems that I used to read. Some of them have to come out. Some of them have to come out because I just think, oh, they're naff. What was I doing? Crazy, isn't it? How our tastes change. Yeah, that would be awesome. That would be awesome. See, BB, that's why you're head of ad sales. You got that business mind that I do not. There's a lot of poets who write without the intention of reading them aloud. Yeah, you're in good company. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, the stream is going. The stream is struggling. Yeah, you're absolutely right, Nikki. Absolutely right. After all, it is written, right? Poetry is written, so that's okay if you don't if you is it that you don't want to or you just don't believe in yourself? I bet I bet if you wanted to, if you have that fire in your stomach that you want to read, but you just uh, don't let yourself, I bet you'd do an amazing job. You just got to believe in yourself. And the more you do it, guys, this is for everyone, not just Renee, by the way. I'm not just calling out Renee. The more you do it, I promise you, the more you do it, the easier it becomes until it's just second nature. Just like driving. The first time you get in a car to drive, oh my goodness, you don't know what's going on. Well, if you learn manual. I don't like drive. I've driven automatic once in LA when I was in LA, and I didn't like it. I didn't feel like I had control of the car. I need my gear stick and my clutch. Sorry. Um, but it's like driving. The first time you do it, you're like, what's going on? Then, after a while, you don't even have to think about it. Your brain just does it and you off you pop. Off you go. Down the road to shopping. Never mind. Anyway, the point is, the more you read your poetry, the more comfortable you get with it, and eventually it's nothing. You just do it without thinking, and there's no nerves or anything like that. Well, sometimes there's nerves, especially if you're reading a new poem, I guess. But for the most part, all the fear and the anxiety subsides. Oh, I'm so American. Automatic is all I know. Yeah, I don't think Americans learn. You call it stick, right? I don't think Americans learn stick, do they? It's not very popular to learn stick. We called it manual. But what was I saying? Yeah, the more you do it, the less scary it becomes. Same, and I've said this on stream already. So for those of you who are awesome and never miss a stream, you'll hear me repeat myself. But um, when I first started YouTube, it was so weird talking to a camera. When I first did my live streams, I was so panicked because I felt awkward and I didn't really know what to say. Now I I don't think about it. It's easy, It feels normal. That not easy, it feels normal to talk to a screen and read chat and just feel comfortable like I'm having any kind of conversation. Anyway, I hope that helped Renee. Renee's probably thinking, no, I just don't want to read it. I'm not nervous. I just haven't read my first poem since you published it. That's okay. I don't read, it wasn't until recently I kind of picked up the early hours and started reading through it again, and it just makes me cringe. But I think that's how artists evolve and develop, don't they? They kind of move on and they develop their voice until, and you read the old stuff and you kind of don't like it so much. I don't know. That's me anyway. I think it is better for a I think it's better for a poet to read their poetry because they can insert the proper inflections. Yes, absolutely. Adam, you should be reading some of your own poetry. You have a good reading voice. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I will get round to it. I will get round to it again. I I'm slowly kind of getting back into the real world side of things. COVID really affected me more than I realized. I mean, COVID hit, then I also sort of suffered from depression and didn't really want to go outside and stuff like that. And now I'm kind of realizing just how awkward I am at going like going to social events and stuff. So I got to really kind of get used to being sociable again. And then I'll start getting into reading my poetry as well. As I say, by the end of the year, I'm certain I'll be reading open mics and hopefully even do like actual shows and stuff. But yeah, and the only reason I haven't I actually found a poem today that I thought, oh, maybe I will record that. Maybe I'll record that and put it on the channel. But the only reason I haven't released any poetry on the channel is just because I haven't been writing. Um, so yeah. But I appreciate it. Thank you. I do want to continue down the um poetry album road as well. I enjoy doing that a lot. The only problem is, as I've already said, it's costly. Like, it's not free to put tracks on Spotify and all that. So, and I don't even have 1% of the listeners that you need to kind of earn the royalties back for that. It's more of a vanity thing, but I enjoy it because I used to be a performer and stuff, right? So I still have that passion deep down inside. Welcome to the club cringe, Adam. Yeah, yeah. Nikki, the first time I read, I was stuttering and was so embarrassed. Ah, my face turned red, but I pushed myself through it only because if other people can do it, I know I can too. Renee, I am there with you. When I first read my poem, oh man, it was so embarrassing. So I may have told you guys this story on the stream, but if not, this is for Renee's sake. Just so you know, I'm right there with you, Renee. Um, you're absolutely right, by the way. Keep pushing yourself, and if other people can do it, so can you. Honestly, that's how I think as well sometimes. Um, but yeah, just so you don't feel alone. The first time I read my poetry was I was 18. Was I 18? I may have even been, no, I must have been 18 or thereabouts, maybe 19. Anyway, I was still very much pursuing acting and stuff, and I was part of a evening sort of acting group at the Rose Theatre in Kingston upon Thames. Big professional theatre, and we were rehearsing Midsummer, I think it was Midsummer Night's Dream. And one evening, the director come and said, um, we're holding a poetry night at this theatre. Does anyone want to get involved? God knows. I'd been writing poetry. I was about 21 actually, because I was actually writing poetry. Anyway, something possessed me to say, yes, I'll get involved. And then at the end of the evening, at the end of the rehearsal, I approached her, the director, and said, do you think it would be possible to read my own poetry? I kind of write poetry. And they were like, yes, I'd love that. That would be great. Cool. So there was no rehearsals for this. I just knew the lineup when I would be performing, and they said, right, you get on that stage and read your poem. Anyway, again, don't forget, this was a big, huge professional theatre. And these were my own words. The great thing about acting, I'll catch up with the chat in 2 seconds. Sorry, it's a long story. But the great thing about acting is you're reading someone else's words. Okay, yes, there's the pressure of performing well, but at the end of the day, you're reading someone else's words. You've learned them, you've stuff like that. This was so different because this was my poem. This was, my poem, my performance. It was all me. Anyway, they called my name. It got to my part. It got to my part. They introduced me. This is Adam Gary reading his own poem. Blah blah blah. Oh man, my knees were shaking. My knees were buckling. My hand holding the paper was like this. I couldn't focus on the words. I had to hold it still. I could feel my face burning up. I was sweating, and it was just the worst performance I could ever have given without just giving up and sitting down. I got through it, as you say, Renee, pushed through, but it was the worst. It was the worst. So you're not alone, Renee, but this is what I mean. You have to stick with it. As you say, you have to push through, and the more you do it, the more comfortable with it you will get. I promise you. So I hope that someday you will do it again. Good for you, Renee. Yeah, absolutely, mythical meter. I'm fine reading my fiction, but the thought of reading my poetry aloud fills me with all the dread. I'm going to try recording myself reading to get an established cadence I like. That's a good way of doing it. Yeah. Again, they'll never be you'll never be able to be fully prepared. There's some things in life you cannot prepare yourself for. Performing in front of a live audience, you can rehearse and rehearse and rehearse, but until you get in front of people you won't know that energy. And it's a beautiful energy. Once you've learnt to harness it, is a beautiful thing. That's a great mindset to have, Renee. Yeah, absolutely, Mitchell. See, we've all got your back, Renee. We all know you can do it. And that goes for all of you. You can all do it. You've just got to do it enough until it becomes normal. I promise you. If you drive, just think about the first time you sat behind a driver's seat of a car and how it is now. You probably don't even think about it. Every now and then, at the writers' circle I used to attend, we would read each other's work. It was a brilliant way to get insight into how your work appears to an audience rather than just your mind. Yeah, it's super important. It's super important. And open mic serve a purpose, guys. You can kind of get a good idea of how a poem is received when you read it at an open mic. But I've just noticed the time, guys. I've just noticed the time. I'm going to go for a break. I'm going to cook up another coffee. You know what I mean. And when we get back, the discussion and the conversation is all over to you. This is kind of what we thought worked very well previously, so we'll see if it works again. And we'll just see where the conversation goes. So let's have a break. When you come back, do have your thinking cap on. No pun intended, I promise. And let's discuss about whatever you guys want. So I'll see you in 5, guys. Hello and welcome back to part two, where your choices determine the future title of the stream. I don't know. I was on break waiting for the kettle to boil, and I really wanted to say that. I thought it'd be cool. It was much cooler in my head. But yes, welcome back to part two. What we're going to try and do, as you guys know, we're just going to try and wing it. And to hit those likes, let's get to I mean, last live stream we hit 21 likes, which was a record-breaking uh, number. So we're already on 15, and we still got an hour to go. So I guess we've set the bar now, guys. So if you haven't liked the video yet, please do hit that like button. Let's get to 21. Let's make that our new target. That's our new bar. 21 by the end of part two. So yeah, I'll just kind of give it a little second. I see 16. Even better, guys. Even better. We're even closer to 21 then. Um, I'm just going to give it another couple minutes just for people to get back from their break, probably making a drink or you know, doing their business. Um, so I'll just give it another couple minutes. But yeah, this is part two. So the discussion and conversation is now in your hands. You can ask questions, you can make suggestions for topics, whatever you guys want. I just asked that it's poetry related, obviously, because we're a poetry channel, and we'll go from there, my friends. Let's just, I don't know, frame it a bit differently. Doo-doo-doo. I see 16. I see 16 now. Now I see 16, so I'm guessing it's actually 17. Oh, now I see 17. Oh my gosh, you guys are awesome. You guys are awesome. I think I have the best subscribers easily, easily, easily. And you guys have put us back in favor of the YouTube algorithm. The YouTube algorithm likes us again, is promoting us again. So we are really kind of like soaring. Renee, what is your handle? I found a couple of eclectic poets on Instagram. Oh yes, type out your handle, but don't put the at. Don't put the at. Just put your handle without the at, because I think if you put the at in front of it, it probably blocks it. I just saw those hearts coming in, by the way, guys. That didn't don't think I didn't see that. Thank you so much. Sorry, I'm moving around a lot in my chair and it's kind of fake leather material. I don't even know what material it is, but it makes noises, so you might think I'm sitting here farting away, but I'm definitely not, guys. Thank you for that heart. I saw that. I saw that. Thank you. PVC. Is that what it is? I don't know. I don't know these things. Is that what it is? PVC? Isn't that glue? PVC glue? I remember that from school. Hey, BB, welcome back. Welcome back. Are we all met? Oh, Mitchell left a message, by the way, while we were on break. As long as you believe in yourself, nothing else matters. Maybe nervous, but once you start, you tend to get into a zone. 100%, 100%. Or bubble where you settle in, where you settle within yourself. Get comfy and it just flows 100%. That's PVA, Adam. Of course it is. Oh my goodness, I'm just embarrassing myself. Yes, PVA glue. Yeah. Good old, is it Nick? Did you guys ever, oh, what was that art show? Oh, there was a really cool art show when I was a kid. I forget the name of it. Damn. I can't remember if it was on Nickelodeon or Disney. I'm sure it had like a weird hand thing going on, like a different colored hand, two hand. Art Attack. That's it, Nikki. Thank you. Art Attack. Wow. Wow. Blast from the past. Art Attack. Yeah. Was that just a UK thing, or did you guys have that as well in the US? Art attack. Might have just been a UK thing. It was a busy head. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yes, that's it. It had a head bust thing, yeah. But like, for some reason, I can see like painted hands. They had like painted hands. Maybe that was another weird show that was around when I was a kid. I remember it. Okay, okay. So it was it was a like a global thing then. Yeah, heart attack. Man, I wish I was a kid again. But yeah, he used PVA glue a lot. All right, guys, what do you want to talk about? What do you guys want to talk about? I'm going off on a tangent about Art Attack. And I'm about to burn my mouth again. I can just feel it. But who dares wins? Well, that's not too bad, actually. It just looks hotter than it actually is. I don't know if you guys can see the steam coming off of that, can you? So maybe that's where I saw it. Ah, okay, okay. Because I do feel like the host had it. Neil Buchanan, that's it. I wanted to say Nick Cannon, and I was like, no, that's definitely not who did Art Attack. But Neil Buchanan, that's it. Yes. Crazy aerial art pieces. Yeah, I want to say he had an English accent. That was meant to be the link, I think. That was meant to be the link, I think. I'm confused. For some reason, YouTube just doesn't. Well, I know not for some reason. I know exactly why. YouTube doesn't allow links in the chat because of like spamming stuff and could could be links to unsavory things. Internet is a wild west. I should not have made a coffee this late at night. What was I thinking? Before Cable One of the local channels broadcast BBC at night and early morning. Okay, okay. Baby, I love your poetry. Ah, I'm glad you guys are doing what I suggested and supporting each other. We are, Renee, we are trying to get your handle. You did say eclectic poets, but we're not sure if that's Instagram, if that's YouTube. Nikki has tried to find you. If you could maybe just try and clarify, we would love to support you. Yeah, I don't think the big, I don't know. I mean, so many people in this country now are tired of paying the TV license. If you guys didn't realize, the only reason BBC functions is because every single person who has a TV, just a TV, in their house and watches live programming, you have to pay for a TV license, which then funds the BBC. But the BBC don't really, I mean, in my opinion, I don't know what there's once in a blue moon they come out with something. Now there's a whole sort of waiting list and backlog of content that needs to be made. But yeah, I don't know. Subscribe to BB. Yeah, awesome guys, wicked. That fills my heart. Like that makes my heart warm. I'm glad you guys are all supporting each other because again, that's the whole point of this stream and part one is to kind of just support each other and community. You guys might have noticed that I'm very big on kind of community. I don't know what you mean. I'm not that familiar with it. Word eclectic poets. I think there's a picture of my dog. Oh, okay. Thank you, Garage. That really means a lot. It's nice to know I'm among friends. I keep having someone dislike all my videos, so friends mean everything. That just means you're doing something right, BB. If you've got someone who's trolling you and hating you and disliking everything you post, that's not you. That's them. That's not you. That's them. I had someone for a little while that would dislike everything I put out. Actually, I've had it twice. Sooner or later, they realize that it doesn't actually affect you and doesn't really actually affect anything, and they get bored and stop. But yeah, everyone go and smother BB's videos with a like. If someone's trolling her and disliking everything, that sounds like a troll. I will. Oh, I eat my hat. I'm gonna eat my hat now. I watch almost exclusively BBC, so I get my money's worth. Okay, I eat my hat. They do good stuff like Planet Earth. I enjoy, but considering the amount of money they have, football was on the Beebs tonight. But that's almost rarely the case these days because all of the big channels like Sky Sports and BT Sports have bought all the TV licensing and stuff. Uh, I'm sorry that is happening to you. People can be awful. Yeah, you've got us now, BB. We'll all gather around you. I'm trying to laugh it off, but yikes. Yeah, I can understand why it'd be soul destroying. If it is soul destroying, I can understand why it'd be disappointing for sure. But don't worry, you're amongst friends, and we're all going to smother you with likes. I like your hat, by the way. Thank you. It's actually for sale on the Poetry Cove website. There's a beanie version of it. You guys, I was going to keep that a secret because I know you guys prefer me in a beanie, or at least you like the Rolling Stones beanie. But I don't have the beanie. I have the cap for summer. It says poet on it. Um, it's a Cove. It's a Cove hat. I'm a sucker for Lucy Worsley documentary and the cookery and gardening program. Such an old fart at heart. Hey, you can't help but rhyme. Cool. I mean, look, as I always say in these live streams, everyone is different. Everyone has different tastes, and that's totally fine. That's totally fine. I just find myself watching YouTube stuff more often than anything else. So maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me. BB, people throw rocks at things that shine. I like that. I like that. Again, if someone is literally subscribed to you just to dislike your content, that's that's on them. Like that's not on you at all. Don't even worry about it. Like it's you gotta laugh it off because when you think about it, as I say, it's happened to me twice. You just got to kind of stop and think that there is someone in this world subscribed to your channel, likely has notifications turned on just to dislike your video. I mean, it's kind of sad when you break it down like that. Ooh, I'm going for a beanie. Thank you, Nikki. Does the hat come in other colors? Oh, I'm not sure. I know the beanie does. The beanie comes in two colors. It comes in this sort of sand color, and it also comes in a nice olive green, I think. But the hat might come in a different color as well. I'm not sure. It's been a while. I mean, I bought this like 2 years ago. It's been a while. How people treat you says more about them than anything else. Yes, 100%. Bibi, I started following you. You should be able to find me by that. I don't post poetry on Instagram. I don't know how to really. Oh, well, this is awesome that you guys are all support. This is exactly what I wanted this stream to be because you guys have been unbelievably supportive of me and not just like has kind of done well from it. And as I say, YouTube's algorithm likes us again, which is so it's pushing our content out to more people, and that's on you guys liking and commenting and inspiring me to make comments. But also my mental health, like when I started going when I started live streams again, I was kind of just coming out of things and just sort of dipping my toes in the water. But the way you guys like embraced me has just kind of like I'm not just dipping my toes out of depression now, if that makes any sense. But bear with me. Like, I'm out now. I feel so happy. I'm dancing in the shower every day. I know it sounds stupid, but just months ago, I didn't want to get out of bed. And now I'm dancing in the shower. And, a large part of that is because of you guys. So I'm glad that this stream I can kind of give back to you in some small way, but give back to you guys and get you guys, following each other and supporting each other. Just stumbled upon this randomly. Love poetry. What do you think of Arthur Rimbaud? Well, hello, Nomadium JL. Welcome to Conversing with Poets. Do hit that like button and do subscribe. This is a just poetry channel. Everything we post is poetry related. So if you love poetry, I'm pretty sure you'll feel at home here. Now let's talk about Arthur Rimbaud. I do not know of this poet. So let me quickly Google. Let me quickly Google. And maybe French poet. Do I recognize that face? Idle youth enslaved to everything. Everything. By being too sensitive, I have wasted my life. Okay. 1854. He was born in 1854 and died in 1891. Marseille, France. Let me just read his wiki real quick. See, this is what I'm talking about, guys. Everything I do, I like to be informative. Rimbaud's life is phenomenal. Wrote a dissertation on him. Brilliant. Let me just kind of read this out loud. The Wikipedia. Okay, Jean, uh, Jean Nicholas Arthur Rimbaud. Am I saying that correctly? By the way, Rimbaud. If I'm saying that wrong, Nomadium, please correct me. Was a French poet known for his transgressive and surreal themes and for his influence on modern literature and arts, prefiguring surrealism. Born in Charleville, he started writing at a very young age and excelled as a student, but abandoned his formal education in his teenage years to run away to Paris amidst the Franco-Prussian War. During his late adolescence and early adulthood, he produced the bulk of his literary output. Rimbaud completely stopped writing literature at age 20 after assembling his last major work. Guys, imagine being that awesome at poetry that you just retire at 20 and like, done. I'm done. What a boss. Rimbaud was a libertine and a restless soul, having engaged in a hectic, sometimes violent romantic relationship with fellow poet Paul Verlaine, which lasted nearly 2 years, has featured on this channel recently that died at 37. For Nomadium's sake, that would be Robert Burns. We had Burns like the other day. As a poet, Rimbaud is well known for his contributions to symbolism and, among other works, for A Season in Hell, a precursor to modernist literature. Oh my God, what a boss. He retired at 20 and still made a name for it. A Season in Hell if you ever have the time. Okay. He was a hurricane of creativity before quitting poetry almost as soon as he started. Oh, right. Okay. Of course Nikki knows. Nikki is our channel historian. Hello, Nomadium. I've only read a little of his stuff for a class. Wow, Nikki, I love how you are so well read. Yeah, that's amazing, Nomadium. Basically correct, but Rimbow. Okay, like the weapon. Oh, Rimbo. Okay, Rimbo. Does that name ring a bell? No? Rimbo. Rimbo. I like rugby. I never understood the rules of rugby. I'm not going to lie. I never understood the rules of rugby. No, yes, I did. I know the rules of rugby. American football, I have no idea what's going on. And I had, I said this to BB a little bit earlier because I said I was going to go and watch my football because I support Man United, which is a tough team to support lately, but I do. And watch the subscriber count go down now. And I said, yes, I'm going to go and watch the real football. Anyway, BB said something back, and I just pointed out the fact that American football is 80% the ball is in their hands. I don't know how they call it football. But yeah, I know rugby rules. I don't know American football rules. I have such a soft spot for surrealism. I can see the correlation. BB, he absolutely will. He should go in our village. Oh, yes. I'd have to find it. Sure, have it somewhere. Was only a small paper from about 2 years ago. That's awesome. Rimbo. Okay, Rimbo, sorry. I will I'll definitely look more into him. Yeah, he seems like quite a force, as Nikki said, because to retire from poetry at 20, that's like I can't even like fathom that. And have a name for yourself in poetry and just like, yeah, cool, done. Bish bash bosh. I came, I conquered, I left. I know Tanya likes her American football, but come on, guys, like, let's be real. A, I could be wrong here actually, but I feel fairly confident saying that football, the world sport, football, was invented before American football. Then you came along, invented your own sport, whereby you carry the ball in your hand the majority of the time and call it football, and like, that other sport we can call soccer or something. I think that's how it happened anyway. If someone can correct me and say actually no, American football came first, then I'll eat my hat for the second time in this stream. Rimbo was crazy. His relationship ended with a fight, ending in gunshots, joined the Dutch army, deserted, and ended up in Ethiopia. Does anyone, as we learn about like poets of old, does anyone else think we're kind of us modern poets are a bit of a letdown? Poets of old, what a life they lived. Oh my God, Rimbaud, Robert Burns, Lord Byron. I feel like we need to up our game, guys. We're slacking a little bit. I would love to read it sometime if you do find it. Come join us on the Poetry Cove. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, if you don't mind sharing it over at the Poetry Cove. His retirement was very sudden. He clearly wasn't very much all there after his relationship with Verlaine. Adam, glad we could help. You are, yes, Renee. If you're talking about like the channel, yeah, you guys are. Oh, my mental health, maybe. Yeah, you guys like help. You guys have been transformational. Like I'm not just saying that to. I'm not just saying it. I mean it. You guys have been transformational, and I love you guys for it. You are correct about football. Okay, cool. No, we totally smushed stuff together to make American football. I did try and watch the Super Bowl some oh no, it would have been longer than that now. I tried to watch the Super Bowl, but of course the time difference, like I was staying up super late to watch it and I just couldn't understand it. But maybe that I'm sure there's some. I just found out, oh my God, my chain of thought. I just found out we have a basketball league all of a sudden, and I have a local team. They're not doing so great. They keep losing their games, but Surrey Scorchers, they're called. So I'm going to try and get into basketball because I used to like basketball in school with my height and stuff. Old poets make me so jealous. They just did everything and anything, though to them it seems so casual. That's what I mean. That's what I mean. Like, we're slacking, guys. And what a life. What a life these poets had. I stand by the fact the Romantics would make an epic limited series. It really would. They were the rock stars of their era. Yeah. Yeah. It's like someone in the stream said, I think it might have even been you, Nikki. Correct me if I'm wrong, but someone definitely said on Burns night, I wonder if Burns used his like poetry to get women 100%, just like rock stars. It says I lost connection. I think we're back. I hope we're back. It said we lost connection. No, I just want to make that point clear to garage poets. Yeah, there are definitely great poets around now. I'm not saying that. I just meant the lifestyle poets had back in those days, such as Lord Byron and such as, this Rimbaud joining the Dutch army and then deserting and then, retiring from poetry at 20. Yeah, they just seem to live a life, a great life. Now, Madium, didn't he say he couldn't improve on his work or he had nothing left to say? I can't remember the reason he gave up. I think American football came from rugby. Possibly, possibly. They do have similarities. College football is so much better than pro. That's one thing I like about you guys is you're new here, no Madium, so you probably don't know me. Well, you don't know me because you just stumbled across us. But for me, I never started taking poetry seriously until I found out Jim Morrison wrote poetry, and then the rest is history, as they say. I almost skipped on One Tree Hill because of the sport aspect. Would have been such a mistake. I haven't seen One Tree Hill, I don't think. I've gotten through. I've got. I've gotten throw out of basketball games. Oh, you've gotten thrown out of basketball games for yelling too much. I love that. Greatly influenced my life. Yeah, I know the feeling. For me, this guy back here, Shakespeare, Jack Kerouac, Bukowski, Jim Morrison, not because of Jim Morrison's poetry, I don't think, but just that he wrote it, and yeah. No, I will say Jim Morrison, actually, I lied. I will say Jim Morrison and his poetry. Yeah, that was me. I think their football is more like our rugby. Yes, yeah. Do you write then, Nomadium? Do you write Nomadium? Have you seen the influence in how you approach your craft? My husband supports Man United. That's his team, the Reds. Yeah, they haven't been too great the past 6, 7 years since Alex Ferguson left, but you can't just ditch your team. The owners aren't the best. We do have a new 25% owner who's doing some good things, so hopefully things will change. I always wonder how much is myth and how much is real. Yeah, there's always that element too. There's always that element too. Yeah, they took rugby, but put on a suit of armor and called us wimps. All right, guys. I started it, I suppose. I wrote a stupid amount during studying him, which was at the same time me and my ex split up, which made me write even more. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think it's a rite of passage, isn't it, guys? Correct me if I'm wrong. It's a rite of passage for poets to pen those love poems and those heartbreak poems. It's something we all do, I think. Something we all have in common. I'm not I'm not reading that out loud, Renee. All right, guys. All right, all right. I started it. I started with Jim Morrison too. Oh, you did? Garage Poets. When I read him now, I seriously cringed though. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I know. That's cool. We have that in common, Garage Poets. I used to coach Pee-wee soccer or football. Okay, is that like I thought he was going to say you used to coach Pee-wee Herman. Okay, I'm guessing that's like kids football. The influence is great though. I did study French, ironically, in Ireland. Okay, so his style and French itself makes me write in a very oddly formal and romantic way. I'd love to read some of your work, Nomadium. We there's a site that yes I founded, but most of the people here in the chat are part of called the Poetry Cove. I'd love to read some of your work sometime if you go to thepoetrycove.com and click on the forum. That sounds really interesting. I want to see your French and Irish uh, mix. Nothing like a broken heart to help you bleed onto the page, 100%. Oh, it sounds lovely, Nomadium. We are all sharing our handles here. If if you want a follow, I'd love to read your work if you post it. Yeah, if you're on Instagram, share your Instagram as well. Just don't put the at in front of it because YouTube will block it. Also, if you haven't, guys, I see people coming in and out. If you haven't already, please hit that like button. Let's get to 21 likes before the end of the stream. That would be awesome. I know we lost the stream for a second, so some people may have been booted off. Rumi was my second poetic love. Nice. And his work I still adore. Nice, nice, nice. Who was my second love? Kerouac. Kerouac. It would have been Kerouac. So this guy has always influenced my life, right? From acting days. Then it was Morrison who kind of, I wouldn't say he was my first love, but he was definitely the poet or yeah, he was definitely the poet that kind of, the rock star that, made me think writing poetry is okay. I wouldn't say he was my first love though, but I did listen to all of his tracks over and over again to kind of try and figure out what it meant to be a poet. So I'd say Shakespeare is number one and has been a constant. Then it was Jack Kerouac when I discovered On the Road, and then I started learning about him and his poetry. Now I read everyone. I'll make an account on the site for sure. Awesome, yeah, we'd love to welcome you over there. Kerouac came shortly after Rumi for me. Yeah, it sounds like we got like a very similar uh story. Thanks for the follow, BB. Just arrived. I love William Carlos Williams and try to get my brain around Wallace Stevens. Hello, Doreen. Welcome back to Conversing with Poets. Always Herb. I love your poetry. Yeah, Herb. By the way, Herb writes amazing poetry. You probably saw that on Christmas Eve, the lines he was delivering like out of nowhere and so quickly. But Herb has been sharing his poems on the Poetry Cove forum, and he very very good wordsmith, very good poet. Old poetry, they had such eloquence in their language. I like to think so too. Yeah, I'm a bit of a traditionalist, and kind of moving forward, I like to kind of, I ask myself, how would those great romantics, excuse me, and poets of old that I kind of look up to, how would they write in today's society? And that's kind of where I want to find myself. Because I kind of, when I first started out, Kerouac was a huge influence. The beats, the lifestyle of the beats, Bukowski was all a big influence. But I kind of, mm, I cherish that part of me, and I want to keep some small part of that in me. Also, I like rock and roll, and I kind of think of them as the rock and rollers of poetry. Um, and I have that side in me, but I also kind of want to develop and in a way that I kind of want to sit next to more Victorian poetry and not be too out of place. That's kind of how I'm trying to develop my poetry anyway. That's kind of the vision in my mind. Whether I accomplish it and achieve it, I don't know. You guys will have to be the ones that tell me that, but certainly that's what's in my head. That is Rudyard Kipling. Yes, I do know Rudyard Kipling, Mr. Jungle Book himself. He's a great poet as well, guys. If you didn't know, Kipling has some nice poems too. That's a very interesting concept, Adam. Gonna chew on that a bit. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. As I say, I don't know. I don't know if it's a nice style. I don't know if it comes across well, but it's certainly kind of what I have in my head. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm still kind of developing it as well. And listen, guys, poets are always. Thank you so much for those hearts. Though poets are always developing and voices are always changing. And that's kind of that's exactly what the meaning of my poem, The Early Hours, is. It's about the transition between that and that. And if you watch I hate, what am I doing? I don't normally explain stuff, but why not? If you watch my poetry film, The Early Hours, the opening shot is of people in bed, right? and one's a sort of rock and roll looking guy, and one is a very sort of new, tidier, more well kept kind of guy. That's the symbolism behind that. Kind of leaving that side behind and stepping into the new shoes of that. That's what the early hours is about. And that's what that collection was about as well. Kind of taking all my old stuff that was very much sort of beat rock and roller, insta poetry inspired, mixing it in with this new style that I'm trying to aim towards, and then putting that behind me and then just kind of focusing on this style that I'm trying to steer towards. I don't know if I just said, I don't know if I just made any sense. The Early Hours is a gorgeous piece, honestly beautiful. I love the whole book. Thank you, PB. That's very, very kind. Thank you. We are sitting on 20 likes. Can we get one more? Can we get one more and match the 21 likes we got on Burns Night? That's our new standard now. You guys set a new bar. So if you're watching and you haven't liked, please hit that like button. And again, if you're still watching on playback, you're awesome because we're almost 2 hours in. So thank you so much for watching for this long. I appreciate it. Please do hit that like button still. It still matters, even though we're not live anymore. It still matters. Please leave that like and please leave that comment. And for those who are watching live right now, don't forget, when we finish our stream, at some point when you've got a second, head back to the playback and leave a comment so that everyone knows where they can find you and follow you and support you. Because that, don't forget, is the whole point of this stream. Or at least it was for part one. Hey, well done. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. What do you guys do? Like, as soon as I mention it, bam, we go, bang. Now we're on 22. So now we're on a record-breaking stream. We have another record-breaking stream, guys, because we're sitting on 22 likes. I don't know how you guys do it, but well done. Thank you. No, two more. I'm on 22. It says 22 for me. Do you use moderators, Adam? They can be awesome. I have no idea what that consists of. I do know that it's a thing. I don't know how to make people moderators, and I don't know what it means. I thought it just meant if someone swears, moderators like delete it, I think. But by all means, educate me on that, because I don't know. Another subscriber too. Oh, we did? Hey, 704. Nice one, guys. All right, we're cooking. We're cooking. Man, guys, we jump so much in subscribers between streams. I love it. I love it. As I say, the YouTube algorithm, like I think 2 days ago, maybe since Burns Night. No, I think before Burns. It must have been before Burns Night. Anyway, we're on the good side of YouTube's algorithm again. It's really pushing our videos. Uh, so you guys are doing amazing things. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And it inspires me to keep making more content. I must admit, I was super bummed last week because the video issue. I recorded a reaction video and for some reason it didn't record the video I was reacting to. It didn't record that sound and the whole cropping issue. So basically, I know it's probably boring to listen to, but basically the software I use for reaction videos is the exact same software I use for streaming. It has a recording feature as well. And so I put the video on as I do, but I cropped it so that the whole video was in this little window that I had created. But then what I did when I watched the video myself, I clicked full screen, so it enlarged out of the crop I had done. I know this is boring. So that was an issue as well. But then BB said to me, why don't you just record the video that you're reacting to and overlay it onto the original reaction video? And it worked, which I did. So you guys can see that video on Tuesday in all its glory. There's still a few bugs, which I explain in the video, but you'll enjoy it, I think. You assign people moderators and they assist with trolls. They can be handy and helpful. They might throw up a URL, a reference to something in the chat. Okay, tech is not boring ever. Oh, I am the least tech savvy person. Everyone that knows me knows that. Even Bruno at one point turned around and said, "Adam, you and tech just don't get on. You and tech just don't get on." And it's true. It's true. I got to move over a little bit more. There we go. Okay, so moderators assist with trolls. Touch wood. We don't get trolls here, I don't think. Do we, guys? I don't think we've ever had a troll here. I mean, I get trolls as a whole on the channel, but on a stream, I don't think we've ever had a troll. Is there a particular country culture of poets you either love especially or find yourself coming back to? A particular country or culture? I love, in terms of culture, it's a movement more than a culture, maybe. Maybe it is a culture. I don't know. More of a movement, but I love the romantics. I would love the romantics to have a resurgence. In terms of style, I'd love people to go back to that style. Just on rewatches when I suggest videos to watch. Oh yeah, there was that one, wasn't there? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Thick as a brick. I still don't understand what that was in reference to. If you're gonna, guys, if you're gonna ever insult someone, and I hope that you don't, especially not on my behalf, don't ever do what that person did on my behalf. Don't go and hate people because it's not worth it. But if you ever like insult someone, at least kind of make it obvious what you're saying. He just called me thick as a brick, and that was it. I can't remember. I mean, that wasn't it. It was more of a formed sentence, but I wish I knew what I was thick about. At least educate me on what I was thick about so I can not be thick. We need to have a retreat up at the lakes. Again, this is one of my dreams. I would love to just go away for a month. Maybe a month's too long in this, who can survive without working for a month? But, 2 weeks maybe, 2.5 weeks, just, you know, something more than a weekend. But I'd love to just get an Airbnb, right, and just have a group of poets just go up either by the lakes, down by the coast, just somewhere out of the way and just enjoy each other's company, write poetry. I don't drink anymore, but other people can drink, that's fine. Yeah, I just love it. And just write poetry. But sorry, I don't think I answered your question though, Madium. Yeah. So culture-wise, movement, romantics, I'd love to see them come back. Country. Do you know what country I'm really fascinated by at the moment in terms of poetry and stuff? It is Japan. I love Japanese poetry. I mean, I can't read a whole lot of it unless it's translated, obviously, but I do know a lot about the culture of Japanese poetry. Uh, the oldest form of poetry. It's considered the oldest form of poetry, and I love the story behind it. So the story behind tankers is, off the top of my head, I couldn't tell you what year. It's obviously in my class presentation, but um, I can't think of the year. But basically, it was around when, unless you were married to someone, you wouldn't spend the night with them. And that moment, they would separate to different rooms, and they would write each other a tanker poem, and then they'd kind of get back together and exchange tankers. Is it romantic, surreal? So a tanker is actually the form that inspired the haiku. Now you guys are really testing me. And I believe a tanker is a 577 or yeah, 577 or a 7577 or a 7557. I'm not sure, but off the top of my head, I know I'm not really selling my credentials as a teacher for the Poetry Cove Academy, but it's all in my presentation. Off the top of my head, I just know that the haiku derives from the tanker. And of course, you have the haikus, which are always haikus are popular or were popular with the beats. Jack Kerouac wrote a load of haikus, which are normally centered around like nature, or at least they've got the 57577. Thank you, Doreen. Appreciate it. Um, and of course, a haiku is 575. So you can see how the haiku derived from the tanka. What was I saying? So haikus are normally around nature, not necessarily the message, but the whatever the message is usually played out through nature, which I always think is it was nice. It was embraced by Persian writers, I think, in the medieval era, but it is quite romantic. It is very romantic. I just love the image of kind of, two lovers sneaking away because again, you got to remember the time, the history. Um, it was very much like it was all over the world at the time. You would never spend a night with someone unless you're married to them. So I just love the idea of two lovers sneaking away under moonlight, spending a night together. And Japanese culture is just so respectful, isn't it? And I just love the idea of after that evening together, they kind of go into separate rooms and pen a poem. Yes, okay, we're talking about tankers, but just in general, the idea of two lovers separating to write each other a poem to come back and exchange and then go their separate ways. I just think it's really, really nice thing. Irish music is beautiful too. I love Irish music. I love Irish music, especially Irish folk music. I was actually listening to a lot of I was listening to a lot of Ed Sheeran's sort of modern take on it all. Nancy Mulligan, and he's got two on his Divide album. Nancy Mulligan and Galway Girl, I think. But you can hear like the folk inspiration from that. I love that imagery, Adam. It is beautiful. Yeah, I really like it. I really like it. Imagine what I really like is that it was what was expected. It was part of the culture. It's what was expected. Imagine nowadays, it's all about hookup culture and there's nothing, yeah. Do you know what I mean? Just imagine nowadays, like kind of that scenario and actually penning a poem for each other and handing it to them and not someone going, Yeah, okay, thanks." But actually yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I think it's really lovely. Irish poetry is beautiful and sad. Really miss living there. Whereabouts in Ireland did you live, Nomadium? I've never visited Ireland and I would love to. Got to listen to the classic. Got to listen to the classic Irish rebel songs. I'll have to look them up. I'll have to look them up. Where were they? From my understanding. No, I think you're right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Irish music is beautiful. That's amazing, Nikki. BB, it's in Oxford and Cambridge, apparently. It was translated and published in the 1950s. I missed something in the chat. Uh, but I believe the work was much older. It's described as bardic style. I missed something. What did I miss? BB, how amazing. Oh, I wish you could find a copy of. Wow, I missed a lot. Oh, fun fact. I learned that a potential Irish ancestor wrote a book of poetry based on family law. Excellent. I can't find a copy. It was in approx 1700s, and I couldn't help but laugh when I read that. That's awesome. Okay. So it's in the blood then, Nikki. I hope you find it, and if you do, you have to keep us updated. I'd love you to keep us updated on that. I love that it's in your line, Nikki. It has to give one sort of grounded feel. Yeah, as if you are meant to have this gift. Yeah, absolutely. I lived in Galway. If you need any poetry inspiration ever, just spend a day there. Okay, Galway Girl. Yeah, that's one of Ed Sheeran's songs. Okay, I'd like to go for sure. We are going to have to wrap up, guys. Look at the time. Oh my goodness. Time is fleeting. Um, I love that. Yeah, Nomadium, careful. Irish rebel skirts close to pro IRA music. I need to be careful what I say. I don't want to start getting demonetized just as YouTube's algorithm is on our side. I need to be careful what I say. Let's move on from that, guys, if we can. I mean, we're gonna close the stream now anyway, but yeah, no politics, especially not that sort of stuff. Please and thank you. Not that I'm telling you off, but yeah. Loyal Heart Poetry. Hello, welcome to the stream. I don't believe I've seen you here. Wow, we're getting some new faces in tonight. Unfortunately, we are wrapping things up. 23 likes. You guys need to be careful. You guys need to be careful. You guys are setting a high bar that uh, we got to hit every time now. No, I don't. But guys, we've broken another record. We've broken another record. We're on 23 likes. My family hail from County Sligo and Galway. They're on my bucket list for sure. The original Irish Rebels song pertained to the Easter Rising and the Civil War. Don't support anything after the 60s. Cool, cool, cool. Let's move away from that one, guys. A poet retreat. Yes, we must. We must have a poetry retreat. I'd love to. Is that from my understanding? I think I missed something from you, Renee. I'm just going to try and scroll up. Oh, yeah, I really want to do a poet retreat. Hi, Laura Hart. Join us at the Cove. Yes, died at 37 years, like Burns. What's up with that? Yeah, 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 right. It's like the 27 club and the 37. Seven is an angelic number, actually. Seven is a significant number. Not that I'm huge on numerology, as you guys know. Yeah, yeah. Wikipedia said Rimbaud died at 37, but so did Robert Burns, who was a poet. If you subscribe, Nomadium, I hope you do. I hope you've enjoyed this. If you subscribe and go to my channel and scroll down to the live stream section, it's called Conversing with Poets. You'll see there's a video on Robert Burns. Huge, huge poet, if you don't, Scottish poet, if you're not already aware, but he also died at 37. So, a big coincidence. Seven seems to be a big number because there's obviously is it the 27 Club now? I'm questioning myself. With Kurt Cobain, Amy Winehouse, Jim Morrison, Bob Marley? Was Bob Marley 27? I'm not sure. I'm not sure if Bob Marley died at 27. Anyway, I need to wrap up, guys. It's 9 o'clock. So thank you so much. It is 27. Okay. Thought for a second I questioned myself. I'm gonna wrap up. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for supporting each other. I love to see it. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to comment on the playback all your information. Nomadium, thank you so much for joining us, and I hope you enjoyed your first live stream, and I hope we see you here again. The channel is just purely poetry content. So if you love poetry as you say you do, and I can believe it, I can see it. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications because all of our content is poetry related. Yes, 27. Joplin as well. Yeah, absolutely. I forgot about Janis Joplin. Thanks, Adam, for the stream. No problem. See you guys on here again soon. See you at the Poetry Cove. Yeah, thepoetrycove.com if you're curious. There's a lot going on over there. You did enjoy it. Perfect. I'm glad. And sorry, Loyal Heart Poetry, that you came in just at the tail end, but do subscribe and turn on notifications. And we go live every Thursday at 5 p.m. British time and every Sunday at 7 p.m. British time. So I hope I see you again soon. And that's for you as well, Nomadium. That's when I stream. So Thursdays and Sundays at various times. 5 weekdays, 7 Sundays. Thanks so much, guys. Thank you for being here. I appreciate all the love and support, and see you soon.